A few months ago, the media outlet Straits Times shared a video on social media showing a passenger scolding cabin crew for not speaking Chinese/Mandarin and instead using English. The incident, which was said to have taken place on April 22nd, led to the flight being delayed for over an hour and led to local police boarding the aircraft and removing the traveller. We look at this incident for today's video and consider language standards and expectations for international air travel. And so on April 22nd, on a flight set to depart Chongqing, China for Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, a passenger was recorded berating an AirAsia cabin crew member for speaking English and not Mandarin. The passenger was yelling quite loudly, and you can see in this video, shared by Straits Times, what the woman was saying to crew members. When crew decided to remove the individual from the flight, the cabin full of passengers cheered, and one flight attendant, showing a bit of a smile, urged travellers to calm down. As the video progresses, the woman is quoted as saying, "As an international flight attendant, if you can't even speak Chinese, what sort of service industry staff are you? Isn't that a problem?" The video then shows airport police boarding and informing the disruptive individual that her ticket had been cancelled and that she would be removed from the flight. While travellers on board the flight seemed to be quite supportive of flight attendants, AirAsia felt the need to respond publicly to the issue of language, posting videos of staff speaking Mandarin. But the whole incident, which is now several months old, does raise the question of an airline's obligations when it comes to service language, as one has to ask, should AirAsia flight attendants be able to speak Mandarin on services to and from China? Well, firstly, it's important to know that AirAsia is a Malaysian carrier, and so the official national language of the country is Malay. Thus, we would expect all of the airline's customer-facing crew to at least speak this language. But is this where an airline's language obligation ends? Well, when it comes to international flights, there are no hard rules, and cabin crew are not legally required to speak every language, but typically provide announcements in English and the airline's native language. Putting this in another context, there are loads of European airlines flying to cities in Africa and Asia, and we'd say that for some destinations the expectation is pretty low for those European flight attendants to know the local languages of the destination. Some people commenting on the AirAsia video note that English has essentially become the de facto international language, and thus let the cabin crew off the hook for not being able to speak Mandarin. But at the same time, Mandarin isn't exactly an obscure language and is in fact the second most spoken language in the world, taking first place if only counting native speakers. Additionally, China isn't exactly like the Netherlands or Finland, where most locals speak English fluently anyway. As such, there are bound to be plenty of travellers flying out of China only able to speak Chinese. And so it's our opinion that AirAsia should have at least one flight attendant on board able to speak Chinese, and we're guessing the airline already knows this is necessary. But at the same time, that traveller was extremely rude and disruptive, and flight attendants were completely right to call airport police to deplane the individual. That's our take on it anyway. But what do you think of all this? Let us know by leaving a comment. And be sure to check out Simple Flying's flight tracker. From live alerts and data on commercial, military and government flights, it goes way beyond your standard tracker. It was built specifically for AvGeeks, free and live, right at your fingertips. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.